I still don't see it, but it's fine.
All right, what's up, guys? We are live. I'm here with do you prefer Tony?
Yeah, yeah, definitely
All
Tony.
right, I'm here live with my friend Tony, and as you can see here, we've got as you can see in these windows, we've got a couple of these beautiful high-grade Zgok uh, model kits. um, Tony, do you wanna tell them what we're doing here, why we're hanging out, or would you like me to?
Yo, we could just tag team this. It's fine. But yeah, I challenge Midnight Hatter to build off and to make our own custom high grade mobile suits. And the plan was really cool, really interesting until we went on Amazon and we couldn't find any sheep kits out there. So we ended up using this one, and you could fill in the rest. But yeah, that's the backstory for the beautiful Zygote that we have right here. Yo, do you have the same one? The
Yeah,
the shard Zygote?
yeah,
Zygote?
yeah. I got
Oh,
the
okay.
same one you did. Because I thought it would work better if we both started from the same base, even the same color and everything. And but yeah, no, you threw down the gauntlet on me, and which is pretty savage considering that you're a much better builder than I am. but uh, but
Hey, that is true, but we have no basic for that. All right.
right, this is to put that argument to bed. Um, So, what intrigued me the most about your challenge is that it wasn't just a build challenge, it was like a storytelling challenge because you didn't just want to build a kit, you wanted to have like a backstory and like a canonical reason for why this custom exists, right?
Yep, yep.
So that's what I like the most about it. Um, and so that's why we're gonna do it. And we'll make a series of videos. I think is the plan to cover each phase of the customization process. Right now, we're just gonna build the straight kits, and then we'll make some videos talking about our plans and then like what exact processes and other parts we're gonna incorporate into this. So yeah, it'll be good. What's up, Practical Zaku? Thanks for showing up here. Um, Tony, is there anything you wanted to say before we crack these guys open? I've not even opened this yet to look at it. So,
Yo, I've been thirsting to come in here and start working already because you took your sweet ass time. And no, yeah, no, I'm excited. I like the concept that we have to make modifications on it, but keep it in universe. It gives it a better. Okay, it's easy. Okay, it's easy to make a cool kit already look cooler. So having a Zigog, something so uniquely different, will be fun. And like not putting it wings and halos and a bunch of like crazy swords and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool because it's really cool. I mean, it's really easy to make something look cool when you're over exaggerating like build fighters and whatnot. But it'll be a nice challenge to make it look cool, but like in a real setting. Because real setting, it still could be like Thunderbolts with like 18 shields and stuff like that, but you have to make it work. You have to sell the audience, and I believe we're gonna have a competition, so you guys could vote came out better. But yeah, that's my 2 cents.
yeah, that's the plan. Is like once these are all said and
So
done,
yeah,
we'll have
nah.
like a presentation video comparing the two kits, and I'll put up a poll, and we'll let the audience decide whose Gunpla reigns supreme. What's up, Chris? I say hi, Dave. Um, So yeah, let's go ahead and crack these guys open. And not that there's a time limit on this. Thank God there's not, because I'm a terrible speed builder. I'm notoriously slow, as Meat Man on Discord has pointed out. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can knock out a high grade in like 45 minutes." And I'm like, Yeah, that's about like 4 hours for me. So I'm actually glad that we settled with the Zgok because it is a pretty simple kit. I told you I have like the blue one, like the mass production version of it, and it's the same kit, it's just different colorway. But yeah, it's a quick and easy build. But you're right, man. The all of the kits on Amazon, I swear, are upwards of 30, $45, and that's like for you know real basic stuff.
Yeah, nah, it was ridiculous. I don't for that I'll just buy a master grade. Um,
Yeah, no kidding.
Saying that, I'm actually really excited if this goes well. It will have another competition because they're re-releasing the the Iron Blood kits. So I was like, oh, you said that we might do a wing Gundam, but like if they're re-releasing the high grades for the Iron Blood kits, it'll be interesting to do an Iron Blood build off. I don't know. I don't know. I'm excited to see if this like we continue on doing this and whatnot. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I definitely like this format. See, look at this, man. It's only two bags of runners here. Um, I really like this idea of instead of just each of us showcasing our own kit, like actually comparing and contrasting what we're doing. Um, Now that said, have you thought at all about how you're gonna customize it, or are you gonna like kind of keep that close to the chest?
Oh no 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 no! I'm gonna spill all the beans, but I think it's a little bit too early to start releasing that. Maybe like midstream or maybe towards the end. But like right now, I just
Just want to enjoy
yeah
the
no
build.
yeah yeah let's start getting started. But to answer your question, because yeah, I have idea. The only problem is I have no idea what to make the color for. That's up in the air. I may do a vote. I may not. Um, I'm looking more into. Oh, wait, I forgot what this actually called. Um, Girls Frontline. I like their color palette and their ideas, and that's mostly where I got mostly all my ideas for this customizations. And I
Okay.
don't know if you know what Girls Frontline is. That is a mobile app game where females with guns, and the art is immaculate.
Yeah, no, I've never played it, but um, send me a link to that on Discord because I do want to check that out and see what I'm up against it if that's the art style you're going for. And I'll admit that I'm probably going to be heavily inspired by there's a YouTuber by the name of Action Playtop, and he did the Amazing Zgok, um, and I really like what he did with it. I'll probably go a little bit of a different direction with mine, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to actually come up with the story of the pilot that I'm going to imagine in canon actually using this thing. Um, and of course, I'm wearing my blue gloves so that nobody has to look at my nasty nail biting.
Oh yeah, I was actually gonna tell you. Is there a reason why you were wearing gloves? Um,
Yeah, I got called out as a nail biter, and so now I wear gloves so that no one has to worry about me biting my nails.
yeah, I hope that was your wife because that's pretty intimate to be called out for.
Oh no, man! It was on a YouTube video because I had my hands like in the shot. Um,
Oh, dude, I just noticed what you meant. With the just three runners, this is simple because I spend my time building this guy, uh,
oh,
the 3.0,
oh yeah,
and I must admit when it was done, it looks beautiful, but I'm not enjoying the 3.0 line. It's and I call
really?
them a line because I know there's not a lot 3.0, but this style of model kits, I think this is like the reason why they kind of killed the Master Grade line because it's over engineered garbage. Like I never break a finger, and I broke this guy's finger. And this right here, the elbows were far too complicated for no real reason. And like I already been in this thing right here and stuff like that. These thrusters, it's like it's so like it's just unnecessarily complicated. Except the legs. The legs are beautiful. And I had the same problem with the Sazabi. Like, yeah, it has so many details, so many hidden thrusters, so many gimmicks, but it doesn't help the articulation. It doesn't help the overall like feel. And because I like to build them, break them apart, and build them again, and paint them, and put layers of paint and stuff like that, and I like
Okay.
to handle them. These are not good for handle. These I'm even scared to like open them apart and stuff like that, and to have to use thinner on them because these pieces are so delicate. Um,
I could see
yeah,
that.
no, they're not fun. And then you have compared to the like the 2.0s, yeah, it doesn't have so much like surface details and stuff like that, but these are like ridiculously fun to play with. Um, Yeah, this is definitely not going to focus. All right, there you go. And the joints are still tight. You still have the working pistons, and like everything's just. I don't know. I really like the 2.0 style of I don't know the name of it, but yeah, the inner frame, the help me out, man.
N-
The
uh,
forget it.
I don't even
But
know
but
what
the
they call it.
engineering, there you go. I like the
Yeah.
engineering of the 2.0.
No, I hear you. And you know what? I think that that's been like a trend lately since like the real grade line came out because one of the complaints I have about one of my favorite kits actually is the real grade Gundam Mark II. But it's got, these random little bits of armor. In particular, the ones that come to mind are the elbow plates. I wonder. Okay, I don't have him up on my shelf here. I have him. He's behind the curtain over there. But he's got these tiny little elbow plates that are held on by just one little peg. And it doesn't add anything to the articulation, like you said. It does create some nice color separation, but unfortunately, those things pop off for if you breathe on them the wrong way. So, um, and yeah, Practical Zaku. I do have the high grade Sazabi. I haven't built it yet. It's one of the many things in my backlog, so I haven't had as much time to build as I would like, which is why one of the many reasons I was excited about this challenge. Tony, do you have the high grade Sazabi? Was
I
that
do have the high grade Sazabi. I bought it the second came out in Japan, and I got it for before a little bit before Christmas. I bought it for myself. It was over expensive and was one of my favorite model kits. I have the real grade Sazabi, but I have not built it. My girlfriend bought it for me for my birthday, I believe it was. And the model kit I was complaining about is the master grade Kokoshi Sazabi. I hated that thing. I still hate it.
That's funny because like I think that you're probably the only person on the internet with that opinion. You're a brave man saying it out loud because I'm sure that a ton of people are gonna jump down your throat about it. That's like everyone's favorite thing to customize.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. It's atrocious. It's the most atrocious model kit I have ever freaking seen. Um, But dude, kind of change the conversation before I forget. This is
Oh yeah.
gonna be like my year project. It's been years in the making, and I may buy the Gundam Origin, but my idea is to make
Oh,
this
you're
guy
talking about the
into the
origin that's about to
prototype
come up.
Gundam. No, 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 no. The Master Grade Gundam Origin
Oh,
that came out
the one that's
a couple years
already
ago.
out.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. And then you're gonna change
But
this guy into the proto one.
yeah, I want to change him to the Proto one because these are 2.0s. And then the full armor one is supposed to be like the Proto one um maxed out. And I'm already like modded this guy a little bit. But I want to finish this to this year. But I'm gonna paint them the blue one because I like the blue color scheme. Then I want to make this one like Amaryl's Rays. The last, the 2.0, well 2.0 RX2. But yeah, I want to have like the trilogy, like the prototype, the more advanced prototype, and then the finished project. But I may actually switch him out for the origin version of it because the origin, I kind of like the boxy look of it, and it goes with the prototype look. And I never seen the origin painted up in the prototype colors. But yeah, this is my year project. Hopefully, I get it done this year.
I like the sound of that. I like that you're like telling a story with your three kits. Um,
I want to make a little diorama and everything. I'm so excited for that.
yeah, I can't wait to see how you do that.
Yeah, because I wanna add more thrusters to them and stuff like that. Because they have like the most babiest. Okay, all the other ones they have just the two thrusters, and these are really baby thrusters. But the Virgin Kokoki, I love their thruster because it has four thruster bills similar to the Mark II, and they're big and whatnot. But I wanna. Oh no, he doesn't have his backpack. But I want to give him like the Kokoki style four thrusters, and I want to give him because he has four thrusters, but they're like super baby in the bottom. These right here, these are thrusters. I want to like make them more pronounced and have him like with the four thrusters. But I want to have like the it starts off with two, then four, and then they refine the four of them
And
to
like made
final
them more
product.
efficient.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But all right, let's start. Let's start building, dude. I have not built um a high grade for so long, and I got because everyone keeps saying the origin kits are amazing to build, and yeah, no, I kind of fall into the hype, and I kind of want to build them now. The origin kits.
I'm with you. I and I haven't had a chance to build any of the Origin kits either, as much as I've wanted to. But and most of that just has to do with not being able to afford every single kit that comes out. I have to be very judicious about what kits I buy.
Oh, I feel you, man. Because when I was younger, I used to waste I used to buy Gundam like three times a year, but it'll be like in bulk at $300 big giant boxes. And I used to buy massive high grades because there was a website where you buy like three and you get one free, and it didn't matter what high grade it was. I just wanted to buy them and have them, and in the end, all the high grades I almost threw them away or have them all in a box, and yeah, they just didn't. They seemed too much like toys, so I started doing the master grades. I bought the high grades because they were more affordable. But
Mm-hmm.
now with the master grades, there's a limitation of what you can actually build, and you can't really tell a storyline because the whole set is not up and stuff like that. And they're more fun to customize, but the limitations makes it less fun. And I thought the RE line. Give me a second. Let me drink something.
Oh, like the RE100s.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna fix it and add more model kits, but the R I really don't care what the RE lines are bringing out.
Oh
I
man,
thought they're gonna bring out like the Katashia and like cool stuff, but yeah, they've been who cares about the Gundam Mark III? Like, come on. Um,
I mean, so few people have actually read the Gundam Sentinel. I Gundam Sentinel's storyline is awesome. I like it. But yeah, it's not a very popular line. And I mean, there are a couple of RE100s that I like the Zaku Kai, and I've got the Bawu, but those are not big fan favorite options for sure. Um, but it's a fine line to straddle because I see where they're coming from. It's like if they're gonna make a Kshatriya kit, they're gonna make sure that that they get the most bang for their buck, and they're gonna. I mean, if they come out with a 1/100 scale Kshatriya kit, it's gonna be upwards of like $170.
Dude, I kind of want to just cut them off on the runner and just have them here and just fish them out when I need them. I think I am going to do that. Yeah, yeah, let's do that.
See, I've seen
Let's
other people
let's
build that
live
way.
dangerously.
I can't do it. It doesn't work for me because I get confused and I don't know which parts go where. Um, I guess I'm just slow.
No, no, it's fine. The thing is, I built so many of these. Is if the manual is correct and good, easy peasy. I could just look at the piece and tell which piece it actually needs me to use. But that goes back with the 3.0 style. The instruction manuals are straight garbage. They tell you two pieces go together, but they don't really tell you the slot that it actually goes into. So it just makes it more difficult than necessary because the tightness is so precise, but
Mm-hmm.
yet the instructions are not precise enough to dictate which of the three slots is supposed to go in. Um, and I never had that problem. Only now with the 3.0
Interesting.
style kits. And just talking. Is there any tools you're looking forward to trying out, or you wish you could try out?
Um, well, so I've got that. I made the video last week about this guy, the gun primer razor. Um, and one of the things I probably should have mentioned about this, and I'm glad that you asked because this is something that I probably, like I said, it adds to the reason that I like this company, Gun Primer, is they actually included a ton of bonus free stuff with my purchase. So like they threw in these guys,
It's too bad you didn't have a unboxing.
right? Well, I mean I've had it for a while, but that was like just the first time that I'd used it. Because it's so rare that I actually do any building. But yeah, so they included these guys, which are panel line template stickers, which I don't know how I feel about them. I have kind of mixed feelings about the idea of using these. But yeah, you stick them onto your part, and it's got little grooves that you can trace with your panel line scriber to add panel lines. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
which yeah, I think that that's an awesome idea. It sucks that they're like kind of one use. So but what they did also include was a panel liner chisel, and let me show you that. So it came in two parts. One part is a sort of mechanical pencil. It actually literally is a mechanical pencil, and then it came with two of the actual chisels themselves, and so you can actually use a mechanical pencil to chisel your panel lines instead of using like this big unwieldy like panel line scriber. So that's probably something that I'm going to use on this ZGOC when I'm customizing it, and I'll probably show that off in the video. Is trying out this panel line scriber instead of using like my normal chisel, or what I end up using more often than that scriber is just this guy, which is like a little. I don't even know what it is. I got it in like an art box. I assume it's some kind of sculpting tool, but it's just like a pin on the end of a stick, and it does a good job of putting panel lines in. But like I said, I'm excited to try out this pencil because it's like it has the feel of a pencil, and I don't know. As an artist, you can probably appreciate that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was actually gonna say that Yeah, I just found out that you could use pencils to pen a line. I that never passed through my mind from like years of model making.
I know.
It kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Am I doing this right? See, my problem is even on like high grade
Um,
kits, I get cocky and like I'll finish one leg and then I'll be like, "All right, now I know how to do it." And I'll build the other leg really quickly and accidentally leave out a polycap or something like an idiot.
oh, dude, yo, that's the story of my life. Because when I build one, I go on autopilot on the other one, and yeah, I
Exactly.
mistakes are made. My biggest mistake, and I don't call it my own mistake. I call it the mistake of the model kit is when you're building one leg and you're building both legs at the same time, but yet they're specific to left and right, and you like get them messed up, and you're like, what piece is making this like not work properly? And you have to break it down, and like now you're just making experiments to find out like which one makes it bend better, which how does it supposed to bend and stuff like that. And you're like, wow, if I only took my time actually listen to the instructions, I
Right?
wouldn't have this mess.
Um Practical Zaku, I have never I've always wanted to play Gundam Skirmish. Practical Zaku's asking, do you play Gundam Skirmish? I've always wanted to play, but I don't have too many friends local to my area that are big Gundam fans, and so it's like, well, and I don't have a whole lot of time to play a lot of games with people, so it's like we're either playing the Gundam RPG or D&D and or just like some other board game. But I don't know. That might change. Like I said, I've always wanted to play Gundam Skirmish, and especially as I start making more terrain for the Gundam miniatures I've got, I'm sure I'm gonna want to use it for skirmish as well.
I have no idea what that is. I literally thought that was the mobile game that Japanese people have that I wish we had. Um,
Oh, yeah, no, Gundam Skirmish is like a. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it does suck. Yeah, Gundam Skirmish is it's like a fan made PDF game that people made. Like, have you ever played Mobile Frame Zero, or have you heard of Mobile Frame Zero? It's like a.
nah, I don't play that many board games. So I'm actually new to all this.
Oh no, you're fine, man. Like Mobile Frame Zero is actually a free game online as well, and it's just like tabletop rules for like a mobile miniatures game, right? Like say you have a bunch of Gundam model kits and you wanted to play a game with your model kits. They have like stats and stuff so that you can use them as like a miniature army and like roll dice and compete against each other, kind of like Warhammer. Um,
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to look that up. It sounds fun, dude. This is so difficult. Like for me to see it, I need to put it over the phone, but yet then you're like it's happening out of the
like out of camera
of
view.
yeah. I'm like, yo, okay, no wonder I see like every time I see videos, I always see them like do this, and I'm like, why? Like, why you're not like on focus? And I don't understand why. It's extremely difficult.
Yeah, man, it's hard. And For a while, what I was doing is I had my phone set up in such a way that like it was zoomed in, and so as I was recording myself building or whatever, it was almost like I was looking through a magnifying glass. When I was watching my phone, but it was like a weird, surreal experience, like watching yourself in third person.
Yo, do you cut this piece off yet?
Which piece is that?
The the head crown, like the very top part
No,
of
I
the
haven't
head.
gotten to that part. I'm working on the feet right now.
Okay, yo, that is the most. weird connection. I don't know if are asking us to just cut that off, or it's not connected like a normal connection. Is
Oh, I see what
it
you're
looks
saying.
the feet.
So it looks like they tried to avoid connecting the actual parts of the of the crown that goes on top to make sure that you don't accidentally cut that off. So like the parts that are connected, you shave those all the way down to the nub. Um,
No, it's cool. I'll just look at the manual like a smart person. All right.
this is high
Let's
IQ
go. Let's
right
go.
here.
Yeah. They tell you nothing. I don't know. I never seen a connection like that. They're just like, yeah, just cut it off. I'm like, yeah, but you didn't make it clear where we're supposed to cut it off. Um. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I need to start coming down. All right.
Mm-mm-mm.
When I built model kits, I built them in a way that is not really. This is so weird. I just can't get over it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I was gonna say, so you're starting from the head.
No. I'm just cutting off all the pieces.
Oh, that's right, that's right. I forgot you're a mad lad.
Um, when when I build kits now, I end up just cutting them close to the runner with one snip with my really good snipper. And when the kit is completely finished, that is when I will go back mostly because I'm gonna break it apart so I can paint it. And I see the knobs that I need to actually remove. So I don't go around removing every single knob. I wait until the kit is finished and I see a horrible knob in the arm. That's the knob that I'll actually take my knife or probably some sandpaper and just calmly like take it off and stuff like that. But I no longer spend a lot of time like making sure every piece is perfectly cut out and the knob is removed and stuff like that. I normally have to go back in Master Grades and remove the knobs on joints because um it won't allow the joint to move correctly or be seated correctly. But yeah,
No, that
I
makes
don't put a
sense.
lot of stake on removing the knobs. My time is too precious for that, especially when you're done and painted. Okay. When I was younger and when my friend built the kit for me, they used to like just dig out the knob, so it has a giant like seek hole, like
Oh
it
yeah.
rats just like that. And I used to, I hear a lot of people like, oh, you can't do that. You have to fill that in and like losing their mind over that. And I'm like, dude, when I paint it and flat coat it, you can't even tell. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
who cares? I could even have knobs after painting and stuff like that. Like it really doesn't show. Maybe you're like in a microscope, but this is gonna be displayed and no one's gonna look at it that intently or know what they're looking at in the first place. So I don't know. I got a really chillax vibe now when I build Gundams. It's I try to enjoy my time. I don't try to over stress out the little minute details and stuff like that. Also, I try not to cut myself too, because
Yeah, most
yeah,
of the time,
I slice myself all the time.
unless you really like cut into it and tear and like tear into your piece, no one's gonna notice except you. Whatever parts you mess up. Um, Now that said, I just did. I saw a video earlier today about how to like remove nub marks using plastic cement and your recycled runners. You like melt the runner in plastic cement and then like fill in any gouge marks. um, which I thought was a pretty cool technique. And if I screw up that bad again, like I did with that goof that I showed in my last video, then I'm definitely going to do that. But yeah, like you said, and that's something I mentioned in my last video as well. Is like if you, it doesn't matter how badly you mess up your nub marks. If you're gonna go back and paint it anyway, you're gonna have to sand it down. Excuse me. You're gonna have to sand it down, and you're never gonna see it. So what difference does it make whether you took it off cleanly or not?
Yeah, I did not hear you say
Oh, um,
that.
maybe I
Sorry,
thought I
it's
said
cool.
it.
It's cool.
Practical Zaku says, me and my friends are currently playing against the Black TriStar Doms. I'm in a ground type Zazabi. The ground type Zazabi is badass. From that, oh, what is it? The Zeonic Core manga. Um, and my friend Jack is playing as the high grade new Gundam. Jeff is playing as an HG Gabaldi remake. Rebake. Rebake? That's another one of those weird Gundam naming things that people have taken to. That's like Meat Man making fun of me naming that Xeon faction the Re-Sleeves, and I'm like, I mean, it's pretty on brand for them. um, and then,
Dude, but if
what's up,
he's finding
Pyro?
the TriStars and they're high, they're using so high mobile suits, what are the TriStars using?
I mean, I'm sure they're using the DOMs, so yeah. Uh,
Dude, the Sazabi will smoke them.
well, the
And the
ground.
new Gundam?
I mean, you never know.
I do know. There's no competition.
Uh, 8 and 1.
I have one question for you. Have you ever seen a harder, shinier plastic than this black in the frame? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of strange looking. I wasn't expecting that. Uh, Zaku says Jack just had like four of his funnels cut in half, so yeah. um, but yeah, I wasn't expecting the black on this kit to be as like jet black, because on the other version of this kit, all of those parts obviously are dark blue because it's supposed to match the mass production version of the Zgok. Man, it's been so long since I built that guy. I didn't even realize like the complexity of the leg joints and stuff in here. I'm happy about it, but
Yeah, yeah, I'm a little bit excited because that's one of the parts I'm gonna highly customize.
oh, you're gonna go in on
Um,
the legs?
but yo, you never answered my. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go ham on the leg. Um, but yeah, you never answered my question. If there's a tool that you're looking for trying out in the future for Gundam building, dude, this black is ridiculous. I never like it's so freaking. I kind of want to keep this runner
It's like
just
Vanta
to have
Black.
it because this is so solid. It not even it's I never like try bending this. This is ridiculous.
It's very hard plastic, especially compared to the rest of the kit. Like the rest of the kit's very pliable, but for some reason, just this black runner is in particular really stiff, which worries me because that means it's going to be brittle as well.
I doubt it. This this is but okay, yeah, regardless of that. Well, I'm having like three conversations in my head at the same time. Yeah, is there any tools you're looking forward to? Um
Oh well, like I said, that panel line scriber for sure. But other than that,
okay, okay.
not nothing too crazy. I don't have a whole lot of other like fancy tools. And you know the whole like I would say my place in the world of gunpla building, because Lord knows I'm not the best builder, I'm not the best painter, I'm not even the best poser of gunpla. I think that my niche is that I am a cheapskate, and I don't like to spend a lot on accessories and tools and stuff like that. And so I try to find ways to get good results for less money. And so if I come across like a fancy tool that I want to check out, then you know that'll be the subject of a video. Actually, someone mentioned in the comments of my last video that oh, you can just get those same files, like the gun primer files. You can get the same thing like from Amazon for like $3. So now I'm tempted to pick those up and like go to Walgreens and get just like a straight up nail buffer and see if I can't do the same thing as those guys, get the same results using that. Uh, so Zachary says I'm down to 2 out of the 6 funnels, and Jeff was nearly set on fire. Jeez. And Ryan says, "Error, I'm your biggest fan." All right, do you know Ryan Charters?
Hey, what's up, man?
So I take it you were not one of the people that voted to have Error's character killed in the last Ghosts of Xeon stream. I think the only person that nobody voted to kill was Threm.
Oh, wait. Someone actually voted me to die?
Yeah, I think one person voted your character. But like I
Oh,
said,
man.
but by the time
I'm
we
pretty sure it was me.
by the time we started playing, it was still 100% Oz. Everybody wanted Oz to die. So I was like, all right.
Um,
I'm kidding, of course.
one, yeah, yeah.
I posted as a joke.
Key.
Nobody get upset.
Oh, one tool that in the future I would like to try out is the Gundam. He made a video using these files where they actually cut into the plastic and they file, but you have to file one way and they cut into the plastic and supposed to leave you like with smooth lines and edges and stuff like that. And that's something that I don't know if it works, if it's a gimmick, but I really want to try it out because I could see myself using it a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Was that the video he posted about like the Tamiya files? I think they
I
were
can't
Tamiya
tell you the
brand.
specifics.
But no, I mean I love his channel, man. Like he's got the best. He's just got a really nice camera because all of his stuff looks so good. Like the quality of it's incredible, and and that diorama is pretty dope.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm freaking yeah. He motivates me to get up my ass and do something.
Yeah, same here. Uh, so one of my
Dude, I did a
oh,
this was definitely a mistake. I should have never done this. I cut all the pieces off and try to figure out which pieces were.
well, if you need to know, like for reference, let me know like what piece you're looking for, and I'll tell you what number it is. I guess I can do that. Or like if
Yo, double teaming. I like that.
yeah,
I like that a lot.
since all mine are still on the runners. um,
But for now,
right.
hey, that's cool. All right.
So this one goes up top.
Okay. If you see mine, I'm gonna give my mobile suit a cape, and I want to drill two holes right here and put two polycaps, and I'm excited because I have enough room That's the place polycaps up here.
Oh, so you can kind of place it.
Um,
Oh, I thought you were gonna put it like right in the like it. Oh yeah, you probably can't see my screen. Um,
no, I can't.
I thought you were gonna put it like in those hole, like the circular holes, like on the front where those vents go.
Well, no, but those, yeah, but those events. Come on, dude.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Those events. You need regulations. They're there for a reason, all right?
fair, fair. Um, what part am I even on?
So yeah, no, because the cape I want to put into it is gonna be a movable cape, like the one that I showed you for Thunderbolts, the ground type Gundam had. And yeah, I want to have two connections right here so I could have it on a scribble. And I'm excited to show you guys how to do a cape because I'm not gonna go too much in detail, but I never seen people do capes like this, and I wonder why. And it's something old school and stuff like that, what they used to make flags. And yeah, no, I see a lot of people use like wires and stuff like that, overcomplicating things, and I'm excited to show you guys a new way to use capes.
That's pretty cool. So like you're talking about like how to form the cape in a way that like so that you get that flowing effect.
Um,
Because I assume you're not
you
talking
know what?
about like just having it drooping, right?
Yeah, no. Well, it is gonna do, but I'll tell you because
Oh no,
the
you can save it for the video where we actually go into details about our customizations. I like the mystique.
yeah, no, but I wanna share it.
I'm just trying to visualize.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much using a mammalian foil and gluing your fabric onto the mammalian foil and using that as a cape. So it'll have fully articulation and yeah, no, that's it.
That's smart, actually. Yeah, that's genius.
It, and it's something super old. Like a lot of old people use it for World War II tanks and stuff like that. And I just never see anyone using anything. And that's one of my biggest problem with the Gundam building society. Like they think there's a certain way to make model kits or build Gundams. Like you need to use airbrush. You can't hand paint nothing and stuff like that. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to paint the hole in the frame. It's like no, that's all just
It's all
lies to
preference.
make you guys feel better and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's
The whole point is that it's like personal expression.
when
You
I
do
do
whatever you want.
modeling.
What's that?
But when I do monitoring, I take my information from Warhammer painters, car builders, World War II builders, and I just pick up techniques and habits and stuff like that. So there isn't one certain way or one certain style like to build and paint Gundams. Like there's so many cool things out there. If you just think outside the box, you could pick up so many cool new things and new ways to make things. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that.
No,
I
I
can't
agree.
multitask, yo. This is a lot more difficult.
Nah, you're good, man. Practical Zaku says, I just styled on MASH and he got rammed by me and Jeff, and Jeff was behind him and we just clobbered him. Well, MASH is the most worthless member of the Black Tri-Stars. It's all about Gaia and Ortega. Um, but no, you know what? I'm debating this. You tell me if you think this is worth doing because um, many years ago when I was a guitarist, I had a Gibson SG. I actually still have it, so if you want me to bust it out so I can show it to you, let me know. But I had a Gibson SG that I painted in an automotive color shift paint. and so it goes from like a deep midnight blue color all the way up to like a hot reddish orange color, and like just depending on how the light hits it. And so I'm debating whether I should apply that same sort of paint job to this particular Zegok that we're building.
Eh, so what are the two color switches again?
So it goes from like a deep midnight purpley blue to like a reddish orange. Although it doesn't
All right, that is
necessarily. What's that?
that will look really cool. My only problem is it won't film correctly.
Yeah, I mean probably not, but I can always like use light tricks to make it look like it's changing. But and it doesn't have to be those colors
Okay.
necessarily, because I can always get like a blue green one or like do like a different transition. But the way I think of it is like if I'd put color shift paint on a kit, it would be almost like a chameleon kit, like a stealth mechanism that they installed on the mobile suit, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
which I think would be pretty badass.
It will really be pretty cool. I like the idea of it. Uh, like a coal stealth running ship.
Hmm.
But yeah, nah, cause before I moved, I built a Gundam as a gift for a friend, and I used the color shift purples, and it looked beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It was like royal purple to like burning magma red, but in the middle it was like this orange. So it was awesome. It was a red frame, and like the inner frame was that color, and the sword it looked beautiful. The only problem is the pictures made it look like poop color. Every time I took a picture of it, it just looked like nasty poop, and yeah, like it just didn't film right and stuff like. That's the end of my story.
Oh, Practical Zaku says that Jeff died. Rip Jeff. Rest in pepperoni.
Yo,
We hardly knew ye.
rest.
Um. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so you're thinking of making a stealth suit?
It was just an idea I had. The other one, and I'm not afraid to give this one away either. Just the like my other potential idea is I was going to replace the claws on this guy with master grade hands and make the Z grap, and it's like a grappling. What
I
is like
love that. Okay, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
is
I'm sorry.
it's like a wrestler, you know, like the the grapple Z gok. But I thought it was like cool with the Z grap. Um, and I had like a whole idea for a pilot in mind that like some kind of tough chick Xeon officer that really liked getting her hands dirty. But it kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, well, why would you put hands on a mobile suit that already has claws, right? Like, doesn't that defeat the purpose if you're going to be a hand-to-hand mobile suit? And it's like, no, because she grapples, like she gets in and like throws you. I guess you could do that with the claw hands
No,
too.
nah, nah. Yeah, no, no. Actually, no. I like the hands because this is still a series of giant robots. It's not supposed to be. Yeah, no. It's just sell it, man. I like the idea. I like the idea. I'm planning on replacing one of the arms. I don't know how that will be possible with a regular hand. I don't I haven't figured that out yet. But because I want him because okay, I have a female pilot as well,
Okay.
and she's from Casilia Special Forces, and she has one of the Zegox hand customized to use one of her old weapons is a machine gun. So yeah, no, that's it. I love how I'm trying to make it sound more epic than it is, and it's just like, nah, it's just a regular hand holds a gun.
When you like say it out loud. Well, that's how I felt like describing the Z Grap is it's like, oh yeah, it's got hands. Remember that one mobile suit that doesn't have hands because it's got claws? Well, I'm gonna make it, but it's gonna have hands. uh,
Yeah, what kind of what piece is that? Man, this. Oh wait, is it this? Nope.
oh, do you need me to identify a part for you?
Nope, because the part's so weird. If you told me what it is, I wouldn't be able to find it. Oh, it was this. I was looking for this piece. This is what we call the cock piece. Yo, I kind of like how simple this kit is. I'm really happy that our choices were really horrible and we ended up using this. I'm really
Thank you so much for being my bronze medal. Yeah, no, and I love the Zegok design, so it's gonna be like bittersweet for me to be tearing it apart. You know what I mean? Like I'm excited to do my own thing with it, but I also like it, so it hurts me a little bit. Oh, uh, hold
I
up.
just hope I have the pieces to actually, because I need to scratch build the legs. Because my idea is that I'm gonna replace the legs with wow um the Goof flight type legs, and I don't have the Goose flight type, so I'm gonna have to scratch build the whole legs.
Oh shoot, what are you gonna do it out of? Like
Yeah,
resin or like green stuff?
I don't have I don't have resin. I have you're hitting me with the hard hitting questions. Um, I'm gonna use my scratch materials. They're like leftover model kit pieces,
Okay.
and I'm going to use Ave, Master Sculpt,
Oh yeah,
Ave,
that stuff's good.
and try my best to just and pop plate and just go ham and try my best.
Now,
I don't have satisfied answers for none of my questions.
now when you use like plot plate, for instance, do you use like a hair dryer or a heat gun or something like uh to get it so that you can make curved parts and like make it warped and stuff like that?
I never had good it never works out for me.
Uh, well, me either because I don't like. I think I've scratch built one part in my entire life and it was like a elbow sheath. Um, Ryan says he's seen a costume of a Zegok Master Grade with regular hands, and it looks really cool. So thank you. It is a good idea. um,
Confirmed.
give me just a sec. I'm gonna leave you to entertain people real quick because my dog is barking, and I need to make sure that there's not a home invader.
All right, go for it. So I never seen this before, and they're asking me to put two polycats in one slot with any division. And yeah, let's hope this is actually the correct way to go about it. And what's up, guys? Our fans. I can't see the chat, so and yeah, nah, it's pretty interesting because I've been waiting for like a week to do this video, and midnight waited till now, when I have a sore throat, I'm sick, I'm tired, I'm not emotionally like into this.
Oh,
My
what's that?
mom is like running. My mom is running away from tsunamis in Puerto Rico, and then to Midnight is like, "Hey, we're ready. Let's do this, boys! Yeah!" I'm like, "This is real."
You talking trash about me?
No, no, it's not trash when it's. Oh wow, this is nice.
So as usual, my dog was barking at nothing, weren't you? Weren't you barking at nothing because you're a bad boy?
Yo, check this out. Check this out. This is nice. Yo, I remember when high grades used to be straight garbage.
Oh yeah. I mean, I still have some of those garbage high grades.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice a handful of them. No, I was stating how you waited a whole week, and I was really happy with the holiday spirits and stuff like that, and you picked the one time that I'm actually sick. Um,
Yeah, I myself have a sore throat. The I hope I'm not getting really sick, but I don't feel awesome. I thought it was
so
funny when you
dude,
told me you were sick because I was like, oh crap, me too. Oh, well, that's not good.
so I guess seeing that I'm nowhere near halfway, but I'm gonna pretend I'm halfway in. I really like this guy's stomach. I need to get back into the high grades, but they just need to calm down with the how expensive they are. Because to spend $30 on a high grade, I could spend 60 or 50 on a master grade. Um,
It's
it
true.
makes it really difficult
It's
to justify.
it's very true. Ryan, I will check out Tenoji. Tenoji. I pray that I'm pronouncing that right. I will check him out on Instagram to see that Zgok. But yeah, to your point, I mean, the quality of high grades it has gone up a lot. From the old days where I mean, you are starting to see some inner frame parts, not like a full inner frame like you do with like a real grade or whatever. But of course, even the real grades, they stopped doing the whole like the big inner frame that's like pre-built. Like they don't do that anymore
Hmm.
on the newer ones. But they still say it on the box. Meat Man was telling me about it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I mean it says it on the box, like full inner frame, but it's like no, no, it's not." um, but you're starting to see some quality improvements in the high grades, but not enough to warrant a $15 price increase, for sure.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not into the the inner frames. Like a lot of people like the moving pistons and like the details inside details and the mechanical monocly. But as a painter and stuff like that, I'm no one's actually gonna see the inner details. Like I spent years painting and getting tired every single detail, every single cable and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, no one slash cares can see any of this. So I really like the Revive line. That's why I'm kind of disappointed with what they're popping up with. But yeah, no,
Yeah, what's
I
the
rather
latest
have
Revive
a
kit that came
solid
out?
mobility and just molded in pistons and stuff like that. That because every piston I have, they become undone and there's just more hassle than anything. Like when they give me fabric to put over wires and stuff like that. I don't need none of that. You could just mold that in. I'm not about that life.
Well, and especially if, like you said, if you're a painter, then when you go to paint a piston, those parts get so tight that you know, virtually every movement is gonna risk breaking it because yeah,
Dude, I don't have that problem.
on like some of the more complicated real grades with like the moving pistons and stuff.
Oh no, yo, okay, no, yeah. Real grades are different beasts. Yeah, no, real grades will give you all the problems you could ever want. Yeah,
If you like to
I like the
customize, I
raid,
mean,
but at the same time, they're too small to be showpieces, and they're too complicated to be fun, and they're in a strange big thing. I have a bunch of them. I just choose not to build them. After the Zeta Gundam, and it's the Zeta Gundam's the only kit that actually broke when I was building it that I could not recover, and yeah, no, I'm not a fan of the real grades. They look cool, but
now I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna guess which part of the Zeta Gundam real grade you broke, and I'm gonna see if it's the same part that I broke.
let's let's go.
Was
I'm
it?
ready for you.
Was it?
Yeah, there are oh, wait, there are three parts that had high chance of breaking.
Oh yeah. Just three? Nah, there's like seven parts. um, okay. So where I broke it was on the inside of the arm. There's that little flat piece of plastic that slides in, and it's on a hinge because it's part of the transformation gimmick. And so it's like if you try to pose the arm in any place without pulling it all the way out first, it snaps, and then the entire kit's useless. Is that where you broke it?
You said inside the armpits?
Yeah, like where the arm attaches to the
Yeah,
torso.
okay, got it. Okay, okay. So you're telling me if you give me your Zeta, we could have one fully working Zeta? That's really exciting. That may be a love story beginning to happen. But no, the piece that broke for me was his stomach area, how that collapses. That giant one piece skinny piece that's supposed to deal that all that mechanism, that just broke.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I could see where that
And
would break too. I
and it's too small and delicate to actually get fixed. If you super glue it, it's just gonna break again. If there's not enough room to reinforce it, so the only way is to remold a piece. And I'm not about that life. It's not that important. But yeah, no, that piece broke for me. And I was almost gonna break the crown piece because the head, I can't remember what it was, but the head couldn't go in. I couldn't find which of the three slots the stupid head crest supposed to go into. I hated that Zeta. That was
you shut
I
your
still
mouth.
haven't finished building it.
I fixed the arm using Oyumaru, and I made a copy of the other armpit, um, which is great. But unfortunately, now that armpit is like a piece of green plastic because it wasn't because it's made of green stuff. Uh, thank God it's on the inside of the kit, and you'll never see it. Um, but yeah, man, just use Oyumaru, make a cop. Or oh no, you can't because because the part you broke is a torso. It's not like. See, that's the nice thing about Oyumaru is that most of the time, if you break something in like an arm or a leg, you can copy the one from the other arm or leg to fix it. But if you like break the head piece, then it's game over.
I think I could actually do it. Um, the only thing is I haven't been able to do anything that detailed with Automaru and have a success rate.
Yeah, same here.
So like I could get frustrated.
Do I need to break out my baggie of rejected Gundam miniatures?
Yo, dude, I actually want you to retry the method I told you, and this time don't put freaking alcohol on the resin.
Oh yeah, so that it doesn't, so that it actually cures.
Yeah. I still because okay. You said no to my method, but my method has user error. All right, so it can't be the method. It was the user. All right, so I still have high hopes that brushing it on will give you. This looks like a Mega Man, uh, Mega Man villain.
Cut man. Um,
Yeah, man, cut man. Oh man, this does look like. Cup, man.
That has been so much fun. So my wife for Christmas got me the Sega Genesis Mini, the emulator that's got like 42 games on it. And
Um, okay, my bad. I got that for Christmas.
oh, you
I
did.
was so mad because it did not have Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3,
I know it
and
didn't have any of
and I wish I
those.
could just I wish I could like throw it in the garbage. And then my Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, my mom has it, and it's probably gonna get flooded in the past week. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. Well, I'll send you a link to. There's some guys on Reddit that are putting together like a mod kit for the mini Sega Genesis so that you can download more ROMs onto it. Um,
Oh, dude, that's actually sounds really cool.
yeah, so that's exciting. But but yeah, I, let me tell you something. Throwing that controller at a TV when you die 3 times in Mega Man works just as well in 2020 as it did in 1987. I get so frustrated playing those games. I'm like, how did I ever enjoy this as a kid? I'm garbage. Oh man.
Dude,
So you want to hear a funny
I was
story?
let me tell you my story real quick.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I, I was playing the new Mega Man game, Mega Man 11, the demo, and I was playing it with my friends. And I'm actually good with Mega Man. And I got to the boss the first time, and I got half his life. The boss was easy. If I had more opportunity with the boss, I would have killed him. But I couldn't go through the jump elevator part. I kept on dying over and over again, and my friends had no problem, and they kept on dying in the boss, and I was so mad, and I was just like screaming at it because I see my friends and I can't get through this stupid elevator part, and it was like a jumping platform, monopoly, and yeah, I know that was it. I'm still heated. Yo, Warren, F you, man. And then my friend took like hours to beat the boss, and and I'm like, dude, could you just listen to me? Stop trying to use gimmicks. Like, I hate when people play video games and they try to cheese their way out of it or use gimmicks. I'm like, just use raw skills. Just use your muscle memory, use your reaction time, and just go in there, man. Stop trying to like, oh, do a dude in the background. But yeah, regardless, go ahead, man.
People cheesing. Um, but no, it's funny because all I was gonna say is I was on autopilot and I put a polycap in the wrong place.
Dude, there's only like 9 polycats, right?
I know, which
You
is
have no excuse for that.
I know. Remedial gunplow builders, right? Um, what's up, War Master Fluffy? Thanks for popping
War
in.
Master Fluffy, that is okay. We need him for our D&D games.
He's on our Discord.
Oh, yo, what's up? Yo, I have not been active at Discord. I've been way too busy. Um, there's no beef. I just been busy.
No, you're good, man.
Oh, yo, that time I sent you a message that like the Discord. Okay, because when I'm sick, I become stupid, and apparently, I
Only when you're
hide
sick?
I hide the Discord general tab. So when I was looking for it, I'm like, yo, did you just
I just
did
nuked the
something
general
happen?
tab.
You,
That's
you
funny.
just I just thought like you woke up one day, but like I had enough.
Nah, I'd let you know if I was feeling that type of way.
But yeah, what was gonna be your story?
Oh no, that was my story was that I screwed up a polycap just because I was
Oh
talking.
wow, that was a long epic story, man. That was beautiful.
Yeah, you know,
It brought me to tears.
I like to regale you with my wit. So okay, so you say you've been busy, but I'm gonna call you out on that because I don't think you've been busy. I think you've been playing Pokemon.
What do you want me to say about that?
Are you gonna correct me?
I will not.
So tell me about the new Pokemon games because the last Pokemon that I played was Pokemon Go, and that's because my wife and I downloaded it and we wanted to be that first couple. This was like a couple months before our wedding. We were like, we're gonna be the couple that loses 15 pounds before our wedding by playing Pokemon Go.
Did it work?
No, it didn't.
Dude, yo, Pokemon Go was ridiculous. You know how many people just out of nowhere? I've been always Pokemon fans. I'm like, no. I remember when I was little, you guys used to make fun of me for watching Pokemon.
I
No, you
know.
guys are. I just got so mad out of nowhere. It's like if you were real Pokemon fans, you would have had my baby by now, all right? But no, that's not true.
I know, man. You know how it is. It's like all good things get usurped at some point, right? Like by the Johnny Come Lately fair weather fans.
Yeah. Whatever you said, man.
Now, I can't lie. I was actually one of those kids that bullied people for playing Pokemon. So not that I have much room to talk because I played Yu-Gi-Oh. So
But to answer your question, the new Pokemon game is made for kids, and they know it's made for kids. It's the most kid friendly Pokemon game there is.
well, I mean
So no, that's it.
that makes sense.
So like, if you like Pokemon, you're gonna love it. If you don't like Pokemon, don't expect anything else. Don't expect to like this when you didn't like it for the past like 15 years.
Okay, that's fair.
And yeah, no, I wish I could say more, but um, I'm happy that the DLC. And yeah, but dude, by any chance, did you see the Kokia's new movie
The what new movie?
called Gias?
No,
And
no.
dude, yo, okay, were you building a hand when you placed the wrong body cap?
No, I was building a leg.
Dude, how do you mess up doing that? Okay, it's fine. I won't judge. This is a just free area.
Don't shame me. Don't Gunpla shame me.
But yeah, have you seen the new Kokia's movie?
No, no. I've never watched Code Geass, so
You wait. You don't know the grace of Kokia's?
nah, man, educate me.
Okay. I had to educate you from the golden standard of what is Iron Blood, and now there's no like Kogias is in a different level. You you need to go and see it. I can't even have this conversation. I don't even know who I'm talking to anymore. Um. All right. Yeah. Never meet your hero, guys. You hear that? You
Yep.
you hear it here first.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to admit that you've never seen Code Geass. Um. Yeah, no,
But
it's like
yeah,
who was it?
Gogia is wait,
Somebody
Gogia is
post.
one.
No, you go ahead.
Gogia Gogia is one of the best mecha animes ever created. Um, period. The movie was trash, but
Okay,
the series gold standard.
so is it better than Votoms? Because Soft Machine's been getting me to. He's been trying to get me to watch Votoms.
What is Rotom?
Well, so Votoms is another mecha anime, um, but it's a lot more realistic. And I have to say, I really want a Scope Dog um, model kit, like the Scope Dog mech from Votoms looks badass.
Wait. What? I literally Roltron? Like, not Roltron.
No, no, not
Not
Voltron. Votoms. Votoms.
what is that about? Enlighten me.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
See,
okay. That was
I
good.
got to get Soft Machine on here to school us. But you know, my time is important, and I can't dedicate it to just all different anime. I have to find the perfect anime to to spend my time watching. So if it's Code Geass or if it's Votoms,
All right. Well, Gold Geass, you can see it with your wife. Gold Geass has orange. Is my soulmate. The one guy that I will think about having a life together with. Um. So yeah, no, my money's on Gold Geass. Like I said, best anime ever made. I mean, best mech anime ever made.
that's a bold statement, sir.
Best, yeah. But I'm almost done. I like how simple this kid is. I why mod okay. Hey, one thing that kind of like makes me mad is that I see these modders and these like Japanese and Korean modders, and they're modded the hell out of high grades. And I'm like, dude, that's like a $30 kit, but for them, they only cost $8. And I'm like, why is everything so freaking expensive? I I would love to live in a world that I could go to like 7-Eleven and just get a bargain freaking kit.
Yeah, I mean it's shipping. It's 100% shipping, you know. And because you can get online and find like a $15 high grade from some website, and then you're gonna pay like $27 of shipping to get it out to you. Um, and that's why you see a lot of those gunpla builders that do live in the states. You know, they always like look at my gunpla haul, and it's because they just spent like $1,000 getting. They paid regular retail for their kits, but then you know they get because they spent $800, they get free shipping on it. At that point, you're getting like wholesaler rates. Um,
Yo, this arm is gonna be kind of difficult.
but see, this is exactly what I was talking about. It's like you're building way faster than me now. Now that you have all the parts removed and stuff, like what you have two leg or so you have two arms and the torso built already.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I'm only missing the arms, like the snake part of the arms and the snake part of the legs.
See, my slow ass is still working on the legs.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a race.
That's why. So like, I never liked that commercial in the '90s when they first started making or well when they first started marketing model kits to American audiences, and they did it using Gundam Wing, and they had like that whole commercial that was like these people like level 5 1 hour, level 2 3 hours, like you know talking about how quickly they built their Gundam model, and I'm like, yeah, but it looks like garbage. Like, and they don't even use that level system to measure like how complicated a kit was. It was like it was either the 1/100th scale high grade or like the whatever fair grade or fine grade the 1/144th was. But but I'm like, I don't care if you build the kit in 30 minutes if it looks like garbage because you used like, you know, a hacksaw to take it off the runners, then
Dude, that's hilarious. Uh, I love that you're so uh triggered.
I get I get inappropriately angry at things that I can't control.
Dude. one model kit I kind of always wanted was the Infreet, and I'll particularly like them as a high grade because I just really like its design.
Dude, if I'd known that, then I would have bought you the Ifrit Noct that I have. Because well, it was a P Bandai, of course. But like when I got it, I think it was like 39, $40, something like that. But now it's like $90 for the same. It that stuff makes me so mad. Like you know the economy of scarcity. Like just because it's a P Bandai, they jack up the price to $90.
But wait, but it was $40 for a high grade?
Oh yeah, I mean it was an expensive high grade, but I expected that because it was a P Bandai. But like,
Dude,
but to double the
but isn't there like a
price,
regular?
what?
Yeah, but is there like a regular Ifrit?
I think the Ifrit Custom is the regular one. But I think even
Yeah,
that one is like
I'd rather
60.
just get that one.
I think even that one's like 60 or so.
You serious?
Oh yeah, like for some reason all the Ifrit kits are really expensive. Let me, oh, I'll look it up real quick. Now you
Well, no,
usually,
no, I know they'll be super expensive now because they're out of print. But
oh yeah.
when they come back in print, I will hope they won't be that expensive.
Okay, so you can get the Ifrit Schneid for 28. Actually,
Yeah,
you can get
yeah.
the shoot. You might as well get the
It's a,
RE
it's
100.
exact. That's my point.
The RE 100 is $66. Oh man. But yeah, and then like the Ifrit Kai from Blue Destiny's 41.
The high grade, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna get one for less than 25. The one from Gundam Unicorn is 25. Zaku says, "I just ended Ortega's whole career and just belly beam scatter cannoned him."
Yo, in the air.
I don't know, Zaku. How to describe your belly beam scatter cannon on Ortega here? Sorry, I had to take my headphones off a second. My hair is looking like fucking Doc Brown from Back to the Future. I'm over here like Marty, 1.21 gigawatts. Um,
But okay. Um, Gorgias, the movie. Oh no.
but you said
Okay.
the movie sucks.
Yeah. Okay, give me a second. I just messed up. Um. All fun and games ended. Um.
Yeah, right. And you said I was you said I was dumb.
Yo, those words never escape my lips. Uh, the Gokia movie. Well, the Kokias. One of the most awesome things on the mech designs in the mech fights. They are immaculate for early 2000s.
Really?
Um, yes, but the movie, the mech designs and mech fights were straight atrocious. Um, I use garbage, but I used it as a funny term because everyone else uses it. But in this specific, it was straight up trash. I have no idea why, and it just boggles my mind. And I don't know if I told you, but like Kokias, the series, you can watch it with your wife, so that's a plus. It goes more anime trope versus high mecha fantasy.
I don't know, man. My wife isn't as much of a weeb as I am.
Yes, yes. She'll love it. She'll love it.
uh, your boy Ryan says that the Ifrit Schneid was a fun build, but just don't lose the darts. I believe that. I mean, that's
Wait,
um,
wait. It comes with darts.
yeah, the Ifrit Schneid it comes with like these. They're like kunai.
Nine.
They're like
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, little daggers. But you know what? There's nothing that is as bad as the on the real grade Zaku 2, the leg piping.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god. Those things are so easy to lose. So Zaku's describing how he took out Ortega. He turned around a side street and Jack was pushing him toward me and thought that he was missing me by like a block.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to imagine if you haven't played Gundam Skirmish how that plays out.
Well, he didn't dictate how his belly beam um fired. He's just like, yeah, he just it was like one of those memes where the girl walks by and the guy like looks back. That's how I painted in my head. How he explained it.
Yeah, that's probably how it went down. Oh, and then he did a boost action and a roll to get there and just lit him up
Yeah, but the question is, how did it let him up?
with the scattering beam cannon on the Zazabi's chest or well
Yes, yes.
tummy.
Okay, okay, okay. What I want to hear is he leaped in the air, and his arms and legs straight up blocking the sun, and his belly button just radiate a blinding light, disintegrate everything beneath him, as his enemy's last breath was his lungs just covering the sun
Dude, you know
as he focused.
YouTube limits the amount of characters you can put in the chat, right?
No, I did not know that.
It's like Twitter. You got 280 characters to communicate. So you got to be like Ernest Hemingway. It's like I shot his ass. How did you shoot his ass? With a gun. Um, but see that's one of the reasons that I like the idea of doing the whole Gundam D&D thing. And I promise to get better at describing things because I feel like oftentimes I default to that. Like I'm just like, all right, whatever. You shot the beam magnum. You missed. Next. Like I think that I need to do a better job narrating the action that you guys are taking when you're playing because I think it'll make it more exciting.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to really because you have more experience than me. Um, I think it's just too early to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're 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 too well. I am too stuck up. Oh, I'm too stuck up. Um, that I'm still figuring out what to do and how to do it. To actually really care about how to like dab on a person, and I think that's one of type of things. How does this work? I think it's one of those things that that the player should should initiate. Um, I'm pretty sure I'm not making sense.
No, no,
Cause
you're making perfect sense because I think that that's usually how it kind of goes. Like especially for players' actions, um, like the way that D&D usually goes is is a player will describe what they want to do. So like say for instance Oz was it was Oz's turn and he's like, "All right, I am going to try and wrap up the enemy using my heat whip and whip them around." Actually, I'm pretty sure he did do this. He was like, I'm going to wrap up the enemy with my heat whip, tug them around, and try to get them behind me. And then it's my job as the game master to be like, okay, so first make your whip attack, because that's going to determine whether you hit in general or not. And like, okay, he rolls his attack, whatever, we resolve that. And then it's like, okay, now to pull them behind you, I need you to make like a strength check to like actually initiate that force of pulling them behind you. Um, and so like in that way, you're absolutely right. Like the player does dictate what happens because the player has to describe what they do. But as the game master, I need to do a better job of describing like just the action in general. Like this is what's going on, this is what the scene looks like, and that kind of stuff.
Um. Okay. Okay. I got it. But
But I
I think
think
you're
you're doing
doing a
great.
really yeah, yeah, no, but I think you're doing a really good job at that. What my point is, um, I believe the player should dictate if he wants to take the time to to go be all fancy and stuff like that, versus because if I just want to give like go through my tag build up and plan something, I don't want to be like 5 minutes explaining how I dodge and tap dance and stuff like that when it's not important. When I'm actually gonna do something important, I should be able to dictate to you, give you hints that yes, I'm gonna about to do something amazing, so let's take time. But I don't think we should take so much time every single movement that goes in, and we might be having a different conversation, but
No,
that's
no, I agree with you. That makes sense. Um, and it
and
it
and
would be really
and also
embarrassing
if
if you're
you
sitting there like, okay, I want to try and do a backflip over this mobile suit, rip its back arm down, and then thrust my gun underneath its armpit in order to blast the arm of the mobile suit off. And then it's like, okay, make an acrobatics check. Fail. Okay, none of that happens. Like that badass thing that you just described doesn't happen. Um So it's definitely got to be one of those things where it's like, okay, take it slowly, one step at a time. What do you want to do? And then, like you said, if it's something pointless like, "Oh, I just want to shoot at him." Okay, well then shoot at him. That's cool. We can keep it short and sweet.
mhm. I think I think these pieces look the same, but they're not the same.
Ah.
And I think I just found the piece that I lost.
Oh, I didn't know you lost a piece.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Magically, I completely, utterly lost the piece. Oh, I found it. Okay. Um.
But there's only like 8 polycaps, he said.
Okay, I have a question.
I'm just busting your balls.
Yeah, no, no, it's cool. But I still have a question.
Okay.
On the leg, there's two. Wait, maybe because I've used them up here. All right, yeah, never mind. We're just gonna YOLO it. Is
See, and this is one of the reasons that I like the high grade high gog because that one like you can swap out the individual segmented pieces like what you're holding right now. Um
mm-hmm.
like it doesn't necessarily matter what order they go in, but yeah, on this Zgok, it's like there's a specific order you're supposed to go in when you're building it.
Which Seagull?
Like the Zgok that we're building.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I apparently wasn't listening to you.
Wait, hold up.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I messed
Wait.
it up too, by the way. Even though I had already built one, I still messed it up.
Oh, it doesn't click though. Um, sometimes. Okay.
You're like,
So
good to
yeah,
know.
um, my idea for this mobile suit is that it's going to be. Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you the story for it, but I want to give it the goof flight type legs. I want to give it one arm so it could actually use regular Wembury, and I want to give it a cape. and this is not clicking into place.
That sounds like a pretty badass mobile suit.
And but I have no idea how I'm gonna make the backpack because I kind of wanted to have keep it its underwater capabilities, but because I'm gonna give it the legs, but I'm not trying to make it to a flight type. I just wanted to make it into a Dom style mobile suit.
Oh yeah, like with the skirts.
Yeah, yeah, but without the skirts. It's like a bootleg Dom.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
And I'm planning to make a female pilot, and I'm gonna try to get my friend to do something special for me. But the last time I asked her to do that, she got in trouble with her husband. So we'll find out.
All right, then I'm not gonna ask what you're gonna ask. uh,
So these pieces are not the same. All right.
so Zaku said Ortega was fleeing for his life, and with Jack Hodden on his tail and the Zazabi speeding on all cylinders, he rolled right in front of Ortega as he exclaimed, "No way!" He exposed the beam cannon, and then he retracted the part
Ah,
where he said that th- th- that the player playing as Ortega said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" All right, so I think I was able to salvage the part that I screwed up.
oh, that makes one of us.
Well, because the funny thing is,
I'm just gonna close my eyes and move forward.
I mean, technically, it doesn't matter which part you put in to like, as long as they match, right? So like, my problem is I had used the wrong part on the leg joint that goes on the top, the one that connects to the thigh. Um,
Hey, I had the same problem. All right.
yeah. So yeah, you're in good company. We're both scrubs. Um, but yeah, so I had used the wrong part, but it doesn't necessarily matter if it's as long as you use the same wrong part on the other leg, right? You see what I'm saying?
Uh, um. Sure, sure, sure. Learn how to not build complex correctly with uh with your friend.
Oh man.
Let's learn bad habits. Let's teach kids out here bad habits.
Hey, in the immortal words of Charles Barkley, I'm no role model.
Jericho, I have no idea that was on camera or out of camera, but I like this kid. I'm actually gonna. This is gonna be fun. I kind of want to make a whole team. Like if this actually works out correct, it'll be cool for us to like take another mobile suit and just make a whole squad, like a 3-man team.
I like the sound of that.
So in the end of it, we'll just have like a little diorama with just random stuff. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. We could talk about it later. But I actually like this kid a lot. This is
It's a fun kit to like pose and stuff too. Like it doesn't have a ton of articulation, like but yeah, it's I enjoy it. Let me
yeah,
see.
but it has articulation where it counts. That's all except the ankles. Actually, no, yeah, no, it does. It does.
Yeah, I mean, you can get some fun poses out of it.
Boop, boop.
Here, I have an idea. All right, I'm back because I'm a scrub. that doesn't know how to build Gunpla. First, you build the leg, then you build the rest of the Zgok.
Wait, how far are you?
Oh, I'm only working on the crotch, but I went and grabbed my my mass production Zgok and I just slapped it on the
Oh,
table to pretend like I'm at the same point as you.
that's hilarious,
Um,
dude. I have no idea how I'm gonna actually do the legs. They're meaty, so I have room to actually connect them. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
yeah, one of the
'Cause I don't
advantages
have
of
a
this
Tom.
kit is that because it doesn't have a skirt like most other model kits, like the
Hmm.
legs are superposable because you get all that thigh action.
Is there a reason why you didn't buy the new Gundam mobile game? The new Gundam SD Generation Cross Ray.
Oh yeah. Well, one reason is that I'm poor. um, no, I do need to buy SD Crossrays because even though I'm a UC fanboy, I do like a couple of the series in Crossrays. I mean, obviously, I like Gundam Wing and um, I like IBO well enough.
Well, enough. Okay, okay.
I know,
It's fine.
controversial opinion. Well, you weren't there on Discord when it was like hot takes time because apparently Soft Machine got into a fight with someone on Twitter because they were talking trash about Zeta Gundam, saying like, "Oh, it's overrated. When is it supposed to get good? Like, Camille and
Oh,
Jared
wow.
suck."
Wow. Okay, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was like, "Yo, you are you wildin', like that is the Oh man, yeah." This person said that IBO did Zeta Gundam better than Zeta Gundam, and I'm like, you realize that Zeta Gundam is like basically a shot-for-shot remake of the first Gundam, right? So like IBO by its very nature can't be a shot-for-shot remake of anything because it was the first of its kind.
Yeah, that's a dumb conversation. But
Yeah, this is just bad takes all around. But
hmm.
yeah, so my bad take was like I wasn't as big a fan of IBO as most other people were. So don't hate me.
No, I don't hate you because a lot of people around my circle of real life that are not Gundam fans, they didn't really love Gundam that much. Iron
Mm.
Blood, so I understand. It's yeah, that's why I say like Gold Geass is perfect for you. It's perfect for everyone.
Well, I will check out Code Geass, and then I will check out Votoms, and then I will confirm or deny which of you was right about your anime recommendations.
My bad, I haven't ate, so I just want to take a couple bites.
Oh, dude, do your thing. Like, you don't have to wait on my slow ass to finish.
Um, I was really interested in seeing you do a let's play of SD Gundam G Generation. Just because I like let's plays. Um,
Oh, well, I can
so
definitely do that.
I was really disappointed that you didn't buy the game. Um, but to add to it, I did not buy the game as well, and I was looking really forward to it. But
I was gonna say you were the one
um,
that put me on it.
I didn't have the money, and I wanted to get the premium sound, and that's almost $200.
Oh
And
my.
I yeah, I decided not to get that one anymore because
Yeah, they can keep it.
and my money is not in there right now. But it is one of those things like I love G Generations. I
Me
love
too.
how you can play that game in chronological order and just tells like a giant long story. And I wish they brought that game out for the Switch in English, but they did not.
Yeah.
And I say I love it, I still haven't beaten it. I put stupid amount of hours into it, but like I like taking my time. I like playing the hardest difficulty, and blah blah blah. So I can't justify spending $200 having a game that have the superior version of it, and I haven't beaten it. So that's the reason why I haven't bought the game yet.
That makes sense. I
Because
I,
because I'm with you. I'm a UC guy, and I love Gundam Wing, G Gundam, but like UC, that's my first love.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I can't admit on stream how many hours I put into a G Generation Genesis because my wife will divorce me. um so Zaku says, what should they fight in their next fight? The Psycho Gundam or a Queen Mansa? And he said Jeff is changing from that new Gundam to a to the HG Zeta Gundam. I mean,
well,
I don't know. I don't know
the
the
only
rules
cor-
on.
the only correct answer is the double Gundam.
Did you say the Devil Gundam?
Yeah, yeah, that's the only correct answer.
Yeah, that new like Robot Spirits Devil Gundam looks pretty cool. He's a chonky boy.
I haven't seen it. But it's one of those things I wanted to get the old I wanted to get the old 144 kid and customize it and make it look good.
Mm.
But at the same time, I just want to get a whole bunch of the old 144 kids and just bring them back to life and cake bash them with like older kids. But I can't get a hold of any of them in the states.
Yeah, that's my plan to eventually revive all my old busted kits. Starting with like my 1/100th Goof and Char Zaku. Uh, but yeah, I just haven't had time lately. And I'm taking my gloves off. I can't. My hands are sweating like crazy. Zaku says we don't have anything to take place of the chunky boy.
Can you fight burning on them?
I mean, I think the only limitations you have with Gundam Skirmish are what kits you have, because like you don't have to play it with model kits, but like you know whatever you
Oh,
have
I
on
got it.
hand is what you play with. You know what I mean?
Ah, I got it. I got it. I got it.
And,
So I'm being ignorant. What was the options?
he said Psycho Gundam or Queen Mansa.
Queen Maza.
Yeah, I was gonna say my vote's Queen Mansa as well, but that's just because I'm a big whore for Glemmy.
Yeah, yeah, you are. You are. I love how you're like, it's Glemmy, and we're like, who? Should we know who this man is? Can we get a history check? Can we Google it?
Oh man, yeah, that's. I'll never understand why they didn't do a mass release of an English dubbed Double Zeta before they did Unicorn, because a Unicorn relies on Double Zeta in order for it to make sense. So it's like,
Um, there, there's a lot of stuff with Gun Bandai that makes no sense. Wait. A stupid question. Did you beat SD generations? SD generations?
I did.
Genesis? Okay, did you get all the DLC for it?
So funny story about that. I can't get the DLC for it because, well, so I could, but then I'd have to wipe my PS Vita because I have it on the PS Vita. And so the only
Mm-hmm.
way to get the DLC is to have a Japanese region uh, PlayStation account. Now I happen to
Hmm.
have a Japanese region PlayStation account. However, uh, if you can't have multiple accounts on one PlayStation Vita. So if I did that, I'd have to wipe my entire Vita. Um, so that sucks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's atrocious.
And I'd
Um.
and I'd lose my entire like save game of like all of the mobile suits that I've unlocked so far anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be happy with my Turn A Gundam and the Pale Rider. Even though I really wanted that Thunderbolt DLC.
Wait. What mobile suits are you using?
So like at the end of G Generations Genesis, you can get you unlock the Turn A Gundam,
Yep. Hmm.
which is totally broken by the way. Like the Turn A Gundam
Oh,
is
he.
powerful, but like it is stupid powerful.
The stupid thing is wow, the Gundam from Vika Gista, I don't know actually what that's called. Is actually more powerful.
I bet it is because Tomino loves him. His Rick Ongista. He would say that. He would say that. You know, that's like the people that come out and say stupid stuff like, "Oh, well, you know, the Hulk is more powerful than Thor because of this, that, and the other," and it's like, shut up. You're just saying that because like you want it to be the truth, not because it is the truth. And so because Tomino hates UC fanboys so much, he's like, "Hey, you know that the the G Reco is more powerful than anything in UC. Just to let you know, all you fanboys."
Well, okay, I like G Generation Genesis so much that I bought a new Vita just to hack it, just so I could play the game because I couldn't buy the game if I didn't hack it,
Oh, are
and
you
I have all
serious?
the DLC. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have all the DLC and stuff like that, but the game is just so freaking long. I haven't been able to leave the UC timeline. I mean the 1 year war timeline yet, and but yeah, no, I hack it. I think hacking it will solve your problem, or I could find out how to sideload the DLC if you want. Um,
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I did some research on it, but I don't think that I couldn't find a solution where I got to keep my save data and then I also get to have the DLC. But see, I because I downloaded the or I downloaded. I bought the English version off of PlayAsia, and so that might have been
mhm.
my mistake. I should have just downloaded the Japanese version using my Japanese region code PlayStation account, and it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, no, but your story helps me figure out what I'm gonna do with my the Switch version when I actually buy it. So your pain and suffering is helping other people. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if I'm gonna suffer, then at least someone can get something out of it.
Well, I was gonna ask you what happens in Halfway Flash in the game, because there's only like 3 missions, but you will not have that answer. Just have to go.
Nope. Nah, I didn't get Hathaway's Flash, and I don't
Dude,
understand why. So like the Hot Scramble Gundam is DLC, isn't it?
that sounds familiar, but I can't put a picture of it.
I mean, the Hot Scramble Gundam, just like everything else from Build Fighters, it's a freaking awesome design because it's like imagine the Zeta Gundam, but with the new Gundam's fin funnels on it.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, no, he's straight trash. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. So he's an unlockable in G Generation Genesis, and I don't understand.
Well, yeah, yeah, because he came out in the right time. They like to sell toys, all right, man.
Zaku says he forgot how many funnels the Queen Mansa has and a beam shield. Which, yep, the Queen Mansa is a monster. That was a terrible joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Dude, I know I told you this before, but I'm gonna tell all the people out there. I really like Reconquista NG,
Dude, what are you doing? You're
and
gonna get killed.
and and um and I'm actually super happy that they're making the movie, and I'm hoping they don't because people are wondering they're gonna fix it, and it's like one of those series that's not meant to be fixed. But I really love the idea of a lot of people argument is that it doesn't make sense, but it does make perfect sense. Is a bunch of stupid people doing stupid things because they're millennials. The war is over, but yet people are still looking for reasons to be heroes and to be shiny armors and stuff like that. And I really like that outlook. And it's one of those things that when you're older, you could understand how stupid kids are and how stupid people do stupid things. And I loved it. It was freaking great.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to go into details and stuff like that, but I just hear so much people give so much hate and stuff like that, and I'm like, you need to understand that Bandai came out to this man that he's like 80 years old, gave him a shitload of money and be like, you know what, make your last manga. I mean, make your last anime. And this guy is like, you know what? This is literally how old man looks at the world. A bunch of stupid ass kids look for stupid ass reason to start stupid ass wars or be heroes and stuff like that. Like it makes sense. I don't know.
No,
I wish I could say more. But
I think you're spot on. I think that uh, that's definitely where he's coming from, and especially because you have to imagine that it's him reacting to people's reaction of the Gundam franchises. He spent how many years writing stories about how horrible war is, only for a bunch of UC fanboys to be obsessed with war and how awesome giant robots are. And it's like, no, you missed the point. So I'm gonna make an anime about you. I'm making an anime about the stupid fanboys who think that war is awesome. Like, excuse me, what are you doing? Sorry, my cat was scratching at my chair.
yo,
Um,
I was gonna be like, man, you talk to your wife like that? Wow. No wonder I'm single.
um, so yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from with your analysis of G Reco, and like that's that's how Tomino feels. It's kind of like if you do you follow the YouTube channel Super Bunny Hop at all?
Nope. Never heard about that. It sounds cool though.
Super Bunny Hop is a good channel. He is like I would call him a video game historian because he does like a lot of reviews of video games, but like critical reviews of them. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things he covers is Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and he talks about how Sons of Liberty, the game, is like a reaction to the critical reaction of Metal Gear Solid 1, you know?
Hmm.
And the way he talks about it being like a postmodern game is it uses the engine of hype and like excitement in order to manipulate the viewer or the player in this case into believing incorrectly what the game is about. Now I realize that that's a really complicated way of talking about it, but like, did you play Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2?
Yes.
Okay, so it wouldn't be a spoiler if I were to talk about those.
Mm-mm. Nope.
So yeah, so you know how Metal Gear Solid 2 you play as Raiden instead of playing as Solid Snake, right?
Yep.
But like on the packaging of the game, you don't see Raiden at all except for like one little panel on the back. Like the game is almost like the game markets itself as if, oh yeah, no, it's just Metal Gear Solid 2. It's everything the fans wanted.
Yeah. No. I love because when I played the demo, everyone was the demo was a really big event,
Yeah.
and you play as Solid Snake escaping the boat, and you jump off the plane, and there's rain, and we're like, yeah, this game's gonna be awesome, and then you don't play as him in the game.
No, you spend 3/4 of the game playing as this dude, and you're like, who the fuck is this little twerp? Like, why am I playing as him? I don't want to. Like, you spend half the game like mad that Hideo Kojima made you play this game, and it's like, well, yeah, he manipulated you because he like there's probably nobody who hates their own fans more than Hideo Kojima hates his own fans.
That's what even this Stranding, I'm like, man, that was a good game. I was in the hate bandwagon because I got so used to video games not having a good ending. You build off of so many, and you're on this long journey, and you're like, well, buy DLC or buy the second one, and
Yep.
maybe you actually save the princess or do what your goal is and whatnot. So I got tired of being dicked around, for the lack of a better word.
No, I'm
So
with
I
you.
thought Death Stranding was gonna be the same thing, but when I actually saw the ending and stuff like that, I'm like, wow, this is an amazing, fun fucking game. Is one of those things that you need to take the gameplay as what it is, and the story was great. It was a great game. Um, the only difference is you're not killing everyone constantly.
Oh man, this is exciting viewing right here. Is is everybody watching me slowly stumble my way through a kit while we chat? Um, so Zachary says nothing a Sturmfaust can't fix. That's yeah, that checks out. Um, Nanomachines, son. Yeah, exactly.
um, Question: Are you sanding every single piece, or you just what's your
I'm just
what's your thought
very
process?
I'm just very diligent about the nub marks. Although not to the point where I'm really cleanly taking them off because I am gonna paint this kit. I wasn't sure if I was gonna paint it or not, or whether I was just gonna make a lot of heavy customizations. But since you're gonna paint it, I'm gonna paint it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go ham. I'm gonna go ham on this little guy. What's your plan for this guy? Because I told you my plan. I'm give him a little cape, change his arm, and give him the goof mobility type legs. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this backpack though.
Oh well, like I said, I'm probably gonna give him some hands. And then I wasn't sure if I should do that crazy color change paint scheme. Um, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about the backstory of the pilot that we discussed. And I think what I might do is for each video that you and I make of our customization process, I'm going to put up a different poll. And each poll is going to cover a different, like, criteria. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Mm-hmm.
one question will be, like, which pilot has the better backstory, yours or mine? Um, which mobile suit concept is cooler, yours or mine, and then which mobile suit execution is better. You know what I'm saying? So that way it's like you're rated on your creativity as well as your execution and your just raw gunpla talent.
Oh, oh, dude. I'm planning to use. Okay. Do you know those tattoo stickers that you put on your skin?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I use them as water slide decals for my model kits, and I was thinking like, where am I gonna put it here? Like, am I gonna put it in the legs and whatnot? And it just hit me like, he has a giant forehead. I'm like, it works perfectly. So I'm gonna find out like what I'm gonna use for decals. I think I have a snake or a dragon or something.
Oh yeah. Well, that'd be cool if you could find like a pinup. You know how like you know, Air Force bombers would have like big pinups, like pinup
Hmm.
girls on their aircraft. It's like essentially Gundams are their aircraft, like or well, mobile suits. Could you imagine if like they just put a big old Xeon pinup girl on the side of one of their mobile suits? Of course, you and I are both um, envisioning female pilots. Uh, but you know, I could do some dude pinups on there.
Yo, dude, if you do that, that'll be hilarious. That will honestly be hilarious. I don't think I ever seen a dude pinup before.
I'll make it happen.
But yeah, no, I like using the waters because finding good decals with like really interesting images are really difficult for me. But those tattoos they work exactly like water slides.
True.
Correction, they don't work like water slides, but they go on there really good. And
That was that was hilarious. So Zaku says it'll be super cool your idea with the goof custom legs, like the flight type legs, and he said that would be super cool. Um,
thank you.
but yeah, you're right. You're like, oh yeah, they work just like slide decals, except not at all. um,
But that's another thing. I don't hear anyone like saying that you could use those tattoos and rub them on and they work great.
yeah, that is a good idea. I'm
Cause
probably
um I use the official Bandai water slides and they're atrocious. For that I should use regular stickers because they're so thick. They don't really blend in and you have to melt the edges with cement. And I'm like, why are you so thick, Bandai's? My favorite water slide decals are uh the ones Bani something. I forgot the name of it. But like it's the bootleg ones are better quality than the Bandai ones. Go
oh, I
ahead though.
agree with that. Ryan's asking what are our favorite amphibious mobile suits. His says his is the favorite. His favorite is the Zaku Mariner. Mariner. I'll let you answer first, Tony.
I don't think I ever seen the Zaku Mariner. But my favorite underwater. I'm not an underwater fanatic, so I must say it's probably him. To be completely honest,
The Zigok is pretty
that's it.
cool. Zaku says his favorite is the Hygog, and I'd probably agree with that. I think honestly, what does it for me is I I love 80s animation style. Like I love watching synthwave like music videos on YouTube and seeing like that old 80s style of like highly detailed anime. And I just remember when I was young in the 90s watching on the Gundam Wing VHSs. Yes, I bought the VHSs. Um, like before the show would start, obviously, if you remember having VHS, they would have like the ads that run before the cartoon starts, right? And
Dude,
so what's up?
I remember getting tapes and buying them for like $15, and I was so excited. And me and my sister spent 3 hours watching commercials, and the tape will end, and the whole we bought $15 of like commercials. I'm like, why would they do this for little kids? But yeah, go ahead.
Well, because that's what it is, man. Like um yeah, like the commercials that came on before the Gundam Wing DVD would start is they would advertise War in the Pocket. And there was just that one clip of the Hygog when it like swings its arm forward and launches that rocket. I was like, that's so cool, and that's yep, that I want that. So yeah, the Hygog was awesome. Um,
Yo, if my friend is watching this, this is how a dab looks like. All right, man. He has this like crazy thing with dabs. Like, he can never dab correctly, and it like frustrates the hell out of me.
I intentionally screw up my own dabs. But yeah, to your point about
Oh,
buying.
you're one. Oh man, I don't even know why we're in this hangout then. All right, you're one of those people.
Um, well, yeah, I have to like because I'm passing, right? So I have to like act as white as I possibly can, which means dabbing, like ironically.
Wait. You're not naturally white.
No, I'm half Mexican.
You lie.
No,
You lie. Wow.
I thought you and I
Never
talked
meet your
about
hero.
this.
Maybe, but like I'm not gonna believe you that you're half Mexican.
I think you're racist for not believing me.
I
I'm
am
just
racist though. It makes sense. I'm American, right?
there you
Um,
go. Um, but yeah, no. When you say like, hey, we just bought half an hour of advertisements. That's what '80s cartoons were, man. It was like just ask. So I'm really big into Transformers, right? And it's like all of these Japanese companies were sitting on these stupid transforming toys. Like, who's ever gonna buy a stupid car that transforms into a robot? Oh, well, we're gonna make a cartoon about it, and we're gonna tell a story about how these transforming cars are actually aliens from another planet. And then all of a sudden, it becomes one of the most popular toy franchises in history. Like, and all because they made 30-minute commercials that they called cartoons. And it's like, what a bunch of geniuses.
hmm um, but dude, yo, 80s. When you say that they're commercials, I kind of get triggered a little bit. But I understand where you're coming from. But like in the 80s, they were awesome animes. Like
Oh yeah.
Venus Wars, Eight Man After, Project Echo.
But
Um,
but see that just goes to show like how low our standard of entertainment has fallen. That commercials, like 30-minute long commercials from the 80s have better stories and better animation than like the actual cartoons that are out now. You know what I'm saying?
and now the reason you get hate mail makes perfect sense. I will never say that out loud.
Zaku says he's half Mexican, half Russian. How the hell does that happen? Well, when a man loves a woman.
Yo, I don't know, but that sounds like a winning combination, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously your alcohol tolerance is probably the highest in the world because
I I kind of want to see him in a death match against a black Chinese guy and check who's gonna win, because those strong eye genes.
yeah, seriously.
But dude, yeah, yo, when you have an opportunity, well,
Mhm.
actually not, but like, dude, if you play G Generation Genesis in chronological order, it's so freaking good. Um,
Oh yeah. I love that they included the video games and stuff too because like cuz Zeonic Front does not get enough love for me. Like Zeonic Front was one of my favorite games when I was younger. For one thing, it was one of the first games that like was a Xeon story mode. You know, like yeah, you can play as Xeon in certain games, but to actually play as a Xeon squad in the 1 Year War was
hmm
awesome. Um,
Dude, and this is the first time I actually got. to know the people from the Zionic Front, and I'm like, dude, that my curious group, is that what it's called? They're dope with the Midnight Femurs.
Oh
They're
yeah.
so freaking cool. And then he pops up it is Zaku One with the heat sword. And I'm like, my man, I wanna make a custom of that. But
Oh
then I was
yeah.
like, okay, I'm not gonna waste my time making a high grade. I want to make it a master grade, and now I'm just gonna go make it a high grade because master grades are. I don't have enough room anymore, and you get to the point where you start painting and making so many Gundams. You want to tell a story, so you want to make a diorama or you want to make a squad. There's no
Yup.
longer just one stupid Gundam standing there, and it takes up a lot of space. I At this point I need to rotate my living area. I was like, okay, you're my Christmas decoration, you're my Easter decoration, you're my Halloween decoration.
This is my Christmas Gundam. Um, yeah, there was an old comic strip called Our Valued Customers that I really enjoyed, and it was it was like real life quotes from comic shops illustrated by a dude who worked in a comic shop. And one of my favorite one panel comics from him was this comic book nerd talking about it's probably a good thing I don't have a girlfriend because honestly, I don't know where I'd put her. Like, because I have so many long boxes of comics. I was like, damn, that is. Um,
Dude, I actually stopped buying comics for that same reason. They become expensive paper rate and the fire hazard. Um,
oh my god, seriously. Like, I don't enjoy the comic books that are out anymore. It makes me sad.
uh, Dude, I don't freaking blame you. But right now, X-Men is killing it.
Oh, yeah?
But I don't know how. Yeah, X-Men is amazing. Every single X-Men comic book is you'll find something that you like. Uh, I don't know. They just woke up one day and be like, you know what? We're gonna make something amazing. But wow, I'm already forgetting the Microdians group.
Zaku says he recently went to an arcade and saw Zeonic Front. That's pretty awesome. Uh, honestly, if there was if there was like an arcade machine for Zeonic Front, um, we have a barcade in my town, and I would love for them to have Zeonic Front at a barcade, and I would probably be hanging out there all the time. And who am I kidding? I don't have any time to go to a barcade. Ryan says you should have stolen it. Yeah, yeah, you should have because that game is so good. It's like Rainbow Six meets Gundam. Oh, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Dude, um, I paint with an airbrush, and I'm using nail
Sorry, sorry.
polish to actually paint with a nail brush. I'm using nail polish paint to use for the airbrush, and it works beautifully. But man, it gunks off your airbrush, and I think it's not worth it. Um,
You talking about
yeah,
using
I'm just
nail
letting you guys
polish
know.
in an airbrush?
Yeah, yeah, I use that a lot, and I
So
have really good results. But it really not gogs up the airbrush, but it's really difficult to get out of it. It just gives you
you just have to
these
use a lot of
strange.
lacquer thinner.
Yeah, yeah, and that's not good. But like it doesn't come out easily, and it's really hard to explain. Like it gets stuck on the needle and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't. If you have a really nice airbrush and stuff like that, I would not do it.
I do
But
not have a nice airbrush.
I will not lie. They go on smooth. They self level. Um, they're a dream.
Well,
But
yeah, it's designed for ladies' nails. They women always get the best stuff.
yeah, yeah. We only have their hand me downs.
Well, and it's funny because I was just talking to Zero on Discord the other day about like, having like a hobby desk or a hobby table, right? And he was showing me
Hmm.
like the modular kits that like I think I can't remember if it was like Zaku Aurelius or Miniac or somebody, some hobby YouTuber was talking about these like modular, desk drawers and things like that. And I was like, I mean, I'm on Amazon looking at makeup kits, like makeup drawers and stuff, and I'm like, I'm just gonna put my paints and stuff in that. Like, it's like
Dude,
cheaper and nicer than any like hobby specific stuff.
dude, that's exactly what I have.
Oh yeah.
Let me. I'll be right back. I'll show you.
Okay.
Right there. That's where I keep all my airbrush paints and stuff like that. And it's a makeup drawer. And I just painted the drawers and stuff like that, and they lock and everything. And I can never get anything similar to that. Anything else,
Yeah, man,
anywhere
that's
else.
awesome.
And the top has a drawer and all that.
Yeah, that looks legit.
It is. It's really freaking cool. Um, I want to buy another one. Searching for a network. Am I still connected?
I mean, I still hear you fine.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think your
Um,
video cut out for like a hot second, but that's okay.
but yeah, man, I want to get a smaller version of it so I could get my building tools and stuff like that. And that actually has wheels, so I could just drag it everywhere and stuff like that. So if I want to go to the living room, I could just drag it to the living room. But I want to get a smaller version of it so I could put all my building materials and stuff like that, and scratch pieces and polycaps. And yeah, there's nothing like it. It's all makeup stuff. It's
Exactly.
is a beauty because this is made for hair salons. Um, if people do people's hairs in houses, they just go in and they like get set up and stuff like that, and it's amazing.
Travel beauticians.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Well, even though I am not done with my Zgok, I'm probably gonna have to finish it off stream. Um, because I have to go fulfill my husbandly duties and make my wife dinner.
Give me 5 more minutes.
Of course, man.
What is your plan for your Zgok? I told you all mines except the
S-
characters.
s-
And I'll probably tell us the character real quick. My character, she's gonna be a female pilot from Cassilia's. Oh, great! I'm running out of energy.
oh,
Cassilia's forces,
yeah.
but she pretty much gets stuck on Earth when after Odessa, and she only has what is left on Earth. So she has to take the Zgog and customize it with whatever she finds. And that's my backstory. That's why it's a bunch of stuff because she's trying to survive. And I wanted to make it able to go underwater and be really efficient on the ground because her only goal is to survive. So she's
Okay.
trying to sneak attack and she's not into like long drawn battles and whatnot. She wants to go in, do her mission, and get out.
So it sounds like you and I are kind of on similar pages because, like, my pilot. Well, I am gonna kind of strip out the amphibious aspect of my kit. I'm gonna carve into it quite a bit and like have some exposed parts and things like that. I'll probably use some like I'll probably like take some circuit boards out of some old busted electronics and like have them exposed on the inside of this guy.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
but yeah, similarly, it's my pilot is going to be during the 1 year war, probably around like the same time as like the Midnight Fenrir stuff, and but after the Battle of Jaburo, um, they're not going to be in a location the where they're going to have access to water as much, and so the
Mm-hmm.
Zgok is going to be they're going to have to adapt it to more of a land use mobile suit, and that's where the kind of design is coming from. And then
No
yeah,
doubt. So you're not gonna make an out space for your giant thrusters and stuff.
well, I'll definitely be adding some thrusters and stuff, just to make it more suited to land use. So
Mm-hmm.
the backpack is probably going to change up quite a bit, but yeah, it's no longer going to be an exclusively amphibious suit.
So your plans give it arms, but and internals. Okay, no doubt.
Yeah.
Cool, yo. It's kind of exciting, man. It's gonna take us like a whole month. No, it's probably gonna take you like half a year.
Probably. Yeah, that's with the way I pace myself and doing things, then yeah, it's gonna take like I might finish it by 2024. When's the next World Cup? No, I'm just
And my bad. I know you have to do stuff, but she won't get mad.
no,
Um,
you're good.
okay. My question I've been always dying to ask, but I keep forgetting. Um, when meat, okay, when we're playing D&D
Hmm.
and meat destroyed my two arms, explain how did that happen and how could I do that to other people? Because I was not privileged that that was actually possible, and I still don't understand how that was possible.
So to be honest, he kind of caught me off guard with that too because it's not something that like is typically done, you know. Um, However, I wanted to make it. If I remember correctly, you had saving throws to prevent that from happening, right? Like, I think,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So basically, it was like a two-part thing. Is first he actually had to land the attack, which I think he did. He like handily landed the attack.
Hmm.
And then the second part of it was your saving throw to quickly react enough to stop him from actually cutting your arm off. So like either way, because the attack landed, you were probably going to take the damage, but because um because you didn't land the save, he was able to cut your arms off. Now, I'll be honest, that was like a solution that I kind of came up with in the moment because like I said, it wasn't something that I had planned on people being able to do.
Hmm.
Usually, what I would do is if someone wanted to target a specific body part, you would make that attack with disadvantage, or you would be making that attack and you would have to roll way higher than just to beat their defense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So it probably wasn't the best way to handle it, I'll be honest. But it was just the way that I came up with on the spot of how to handle that particular occasion. I knew that I wanted to make it harder than just hitting, but there had to be something like for you to do in it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but my question is, so that's in the game. I could do that to anyone else if I wanted to.
Oh, absolutely. Like if you were in a fight, um, and this goes back to like what we were talking about earlier, where it's like the player kind of dictates what their actions are. So like
Hmm.
if you wanted to specifically cut off a mobile suit leg, um, if I didn't have the answer right on hand, I might say, okay, so make that attack like as if you were just making a regular melee attack, but make it with disadvantage to represent that it was harder to cut off the leg than to just hit them with your sword, um, or like hit them with your beam saber. Uh, and so if you were able to hit even with that disadvantage, then you would be able to cut off their leg. But again, like I said, I think that I need to revisit the rules on that and like determine what's a fair way of handling cutting off limbs. I think that it should probably be something that you have to make like a critical hit, right? You know, like
I think it should be something like critical, but I'm not that involved, like knowledgeable. My only thing is like I don't think it flows right with the game. Um, because for that I could just do all my I could hit with my daggers that does 4 damage, but I could slice off your leg if I just roll happily. You're no longer able to move and to I just cripple you with this low ass attack. I don't know. I just think gameplay it doesn't really flow with the mechanics that we put into place. Oh, I'm sorry that you put into place.
no, you're
Um,
right. Like I mean, and that's what I'm saying is like I think that it does need to be like both a critical hit and like probably hit a harder evasion rate um than just a straight up evasion. But
well, my thing is if it's in it, people will always find a way to make it happen, like to sneak their way through it. But okay. But in the end, like that took me by surprise because I didn't think we had that in the game. And if I'd known, I'll use my abilities to save myself. But I thought I was just gonna take like the damage. I'm like, yeah, I'll take the damage. Why not? He's like, cut off my arms. I'm like, wait, wait, and then now I'm not able to do any of my attacks. And I'm like, why we're not doing that with the enemies? Why are we like it still boggles my mind right now.
yeah, no, I definitely could have handled that situation better. And because like I said, it wasn't something that I'd prepared for either.
Hmm.
But it definitely needs to be something in the rules that has that mechanic to it. Um, but you're right, it should be a lot harder. And that was something that I talked about with Meat too. Is it was like, um, yeah, everything kind of worked out for the best anyway. But if I had a time machine, I would have done something different for sure.
Hmm. And understand, I'm only bringing it up because I'm trying to understand the game, and two, I'm just letting you know because you're making the game, and
No, and that's why, I've always considered it a playtest and like, like for instance, during the last session when you dispersed Minovsky particles from the ship, that was another
mhm.
mechanic that I hadn't thought of that would need to be addressed. So that's something that we need to look at.
And I don't know. I think commanding people should not be in the game. I just think, and not that it's overpowered, but it just seems out of place, especially for a Gundam game. Like if it was Star Wars or something like that. But I can't. Even when people use it in Gundam lore, they don't. It's not that strong. Like you can't dictate people to do anything. I don't have memory of that. Well, actually, the only time I could think about it happening is in Gundam NT, and it wasn't
Hmm.
really taking control of them. It was giving them a suggestion to do something. Um,
Right, and that's the same thing like that Shirako does in Zeta Gundam with Rekoa for sure. Um, so I mean, there's certain
Wait, wait, wait,
things.
wait, 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 wait. Just before I forget, I think we should change it as in, not commanding someone, but yet making your allies look like your enemies, and like just manipulating what they see versus manipulating what they do. Does that make sense? And that's just
Oh
me
yeah.
talking.
No, and there are like abilities that you can do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that, and obviously that's we've had long discussions about like, yeah, we probably need to gimp that power that Rags had been using, and part of the text of that power in general is like when you at that level you can't just like tell somebody, "Hey, fall on your own beam saber," like because you have to in the text of the power you have to phrase it as if it would be a good idea for them to do. So, for instance, if you were to suggest to someone, "Hey, that guy that has the like your commander that said go out there and fight that Gundam or else I'm going to kill you. He probably doesn't have your best interest in mind, so you should probably turn on him." That sounds a lot more reasonable than saying, "Hey, even though you and I are in the middle of a fight, you should eject right now." Like, and so again, it's one of those things where if I had a time machine, I'd probably go back and say like, "You know what? He probably didn't phrase that in a way that makes it in the person's best
Enticing.
yeah.
Yeah, because what you explained to me makes sense. I could see an argument for that.
Yeah.
But we literally threw that outside the window because no one did that.
Right. So,
Um,
yeah. But no, that again, that's why I think that it was a playtest more than just a game that we're playing. I think that we're doing this as a way of teasing out the rules and making sure that there aren't any kind of loopholes like that. And so that's why I appreciate what you do and what you bring to the table because you challenge me on those things as opposed to just saying like, all right, like those are the rules.
I also have to give you kudos because you're able to take three scenarios at once and keep track of everything. That's really impressive. On a side note.
No, I don't know how well I do all that, but
Yeah, no, you have the battle, you have back on a colony, and you have on Minerva ship, and you're all seamlessly. And I don't know if everyone's being kind and winning their turn and not overlapping and stuff like that, but you're able to keep things in reign. I was not expecting anyone to have that ability, but yeah.
no,
Oh,
it's
and another thing, really fast that I'm making a no, I've been playing a Pokemon game with my friends and family, and D&D, and
oh
because
shoot.
inspired from you. Um, the thing is, there's multiple people, but yet there's I couldn't find a way to make Gundam, I mean, Pokemon fun with a group of people because each Pokemon trainer has six Pokemon, so it'll be like 18 freaking Pokemon. But the way I have it is that because the people I play with is inconsistent, so my sister is the main character. She is a constant, but she doesn't act like the main character. She acts more like the narrator, and
Okay.
everyone else plays as in the gym leader, the bad guys, and they just have characters. So they come in, they do what they want, and they leave. And it keeps them interesting because they're always coming up with new ideas and new stuff. And it's like the opposite versus how the game master dictates the game flow. The players are dictating the game flow, and the game master has to adapt to it. And I've been having really fun with that, and people seem to like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds interesting. Like I would like to see how that plays out because I have no idea how it would like the way you describe it to me sounds like chaotic. But I mean, if you
Well,
guys are having fun, like I would love to see like how you're handling it. Like do you have like a PDF or anything where you're keeping like the rules that you're using to play this or
no, no, I do not.
oh man.
But I could just write it down and stuff like that. Because a lot of things is just stupid notes in Robo, but it plays more like PvP. So every match is pretty much a PvP, and you're trying to steal or do whatever you want at the moment. So
Okay.
like a gym badge, I tell you in advance that you're gonna be the gym leader. So you spend the whole weekend and you make your own gym, you make your own dungeon, you make your own bad guys and stuff like that. So when the game comes, I'm going through your game, and win or lose, that's what happens. And when I'm done, you decide if you want to come on the next section as the same character or you want to bring a new character in. And everyone has to wait their turns and stuff like that. And I could be doing a gym match, but the bad guy, this Team Rocket, is another player, could interrupt and battle both of us. And it's like one of those things that doesn't take a lot of time. They just jump in and jump out. And it plays like PvP.
I mean, that sounds pretty cool.
The only thing is there's not really a leveling mechanic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably what would take the longest time is like how to level your Pokemon and grow as a character.
Mm-hmm. Um, but yeah, no, we just use the honor system.
That's pretty cool, man.
I've been dying to tell you, but yeah, no. Have fun making your mac and cheese, man.
Hey, I do better than that. All right,
And
man.
yo, guys, watching the stream, thank you very much. Subscribe. Check out my Instagram if it's somewhere. If it's not, coolio, man. Peace.
Yeah, hey man, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And we'll be in touch about what we're gonna when we're gonna put together the next video in this series of our challenge.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you guys.